Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! And today it's going to be a cheese compilation. I know you've been waiting a long time for this, and your patience has been rewarded! Special thanks to Gomatos for screening this. I know it was a lot of work, so in the comments, if you could thank Gomatos, I think he would appreciate it, and I would appreciate it as well. So, game number 1 is from 2005. It's going to be July versus Midas here on Paranoid Android. The World Cyber Gaming Playoffs. Top side here we have July, the Red Zerg player. And on the right side, it is a green Terran. His name is Midas. So excellent stuff here. Paranoid Android, a weird map. I've cast a game on this recently. It was a crazy TvP that I don't... It was maybe about a month ago now. I think I originally streamed it over at falconpaladin.com. Well, sorry, youtube.com/FalconPaladin live, one of my Sunday streams. So if you're missing those, maybe you're missing out on some amazing content. Anyway, point is, spawn location, bridge across the middle, and then weird high ground expansions you can take that are fairly easy to do. I don't know. I just feel like this map is from an era when map design was not quite as streamlined as it got later. So, who's the cheeser is always the question when it comes to this sort of a thing. The fact that we don't have a pool coming up for July indicates to me that he's not necessarily going to be the cheeser, but that is a little bit of a, yeah, it's an overpool. We're good. 12 pool, honestly. I mean, he's got a lot of drones rolling here. This is not modern ZvT, that's for sure. But I think everything's going to be okay. This was the meta 16 years ago now, which, honestly, 16 years ago? Come on. How old are we? We're pretty old, everyone. I think we are. Anyway, the cheese compilation is just a collection of shorter, cheesy replays, right? It just means a strategy that basically is an all-in and attempts to kill your opponent really fast. So usually it's a proxy, or it's some kind of a cannon rush, which is also technically a proxy, or it's an early pool, or it's some kind of crazy fast rush to lurkers, or getting burrow quickly and doing some shenanigans with that. So I'm interested to see what comes up here. And Gomatos also goes by Squeal of Fortune, so that might be what you see him as in chat. Be sure to check him out for sure. Hit that like button if you're excited for the cheese, because I am stoked for this cheese as well. And Squeal of Fortune did say he's going to work really hard to get another one of these ready for us soon, so appreciate that hard work for sure, Squeal. And look at blocking the hatch here, too. Blocking the hatch, 1 Rax in it, got some Marines. Macro hatch coming up inside the main base here for July. Really, really trying to get this thing down. Finally, some Lings pop out. And, oh, actually gets the hatch down without the help of the Zergling, technically. So, excellent job there. The SCV does finally get picked off. And heading on over, here comes some Zerglings trying to cause some problems. Now, you saw the number of Lings that are out. Do you want to bring some SCVs to block this ramp? I think the barracks is providing that quite nicely, and just throwing up your command center on the high ground, because it is hard to deal with fully 6 Lings if you just have a handful of Marines on the low ground here trying to protect your command center. So I don't see this working out for July, honestly, I don't. Like, I'm looking at it, there's too many Marines out. Far, far too many. Supply depots coming in back home, finally getting some gas, probably taking up to a factory. But 1 hatch, 2 hatch, soon to be 3 hatch here, and no other tech. I wonder if this is just an attempted kind of a Ling flood out of July. I'm very curious to see what he's trying to do. I don't think he has enough Lings to directly engage with us, even if he gets like a favorable surround, to be honest. He's got a couple Lings here, which is very cool. An academy on the way, so we're not even factoring this thing. We're just going for a large number of Marines, probably a medic. Does he have... I'm like looking over the map, but no. I'm looking to see, does he have another barracks anywhere here? No. Midas does not. Oh, it was a Midas PvT that I cast recently. That's right. Midas is still active. And I think I remember who he was playing against. Whether it was Bisu, I don't know. Alright, so more Lings pouring out here on this 3 hatch stuff. Speed's on the way for those guys. Got ourselves a lair too. This might just be an attempt at a humongous Ling flood. Which I feel like, again, Midas is capable of holding. The barracks positioning especially. Command center lands in. This is a lot of Zerglings. It's going to be tight. going to be a really, really tight play here. And honestly, what's the lair for? I mean, he's at 14 drones. Is he waiting for Midas? Oh, is he waiting for Midas to move out? Then he's going to surround him and trap him. Okay, there's a medic here. Stim's on the way, but it's not anywhere near done yet. It's like, I just have 6 lings. Come chase them. Come chase those. Oh, boy. And there is the attack. There's the surround. That is so many Zerglings. SCVs are trying to fight and help here, but the target fire on the Marines is just too good. The barracks goes down. The ability to produce more units is looking worse and worse all the time. A firebat pops out, immediately gets surrounded and killed. This medic gets murdered, and I think July has just done it with a 5.5-minute speedling flood. Can't even lift the barracks because it doesn't help you in that situation. And that's your GG. July. Yeah, there's nothing else he could do. Just go for a 3-hatch mass ling flood with a lair in the mix for reasons I don't fully understand. It's like, well, maybe if I can deny and completely destroy this natural base, I can tech up to Mutalisks if I need to, but he did not need to at all. That was just too much. Baited out the Marines. Love that play from July. Baiting him right out. That's game 1. So that is game 1. I don't know if we're going to show scores here just because it's so short. It doesn't really matter. But whatever. As long as we're here, right? So we're looking at units tab is interesting on this one. Outproduced 68 to 39, killed 21 to 10. And that does it. Those ratios work for ZvT. So excellent, excellent job. Let's move on into game number 2. We'll be right back for that one. Game number 2 is here on Circuit Breakers between FiSheYe and Mind. Bottom right, it is a blue Terran player. His name is Mind. And in the bottom left, we've got FiSheYe, the yellow Protoss player. While we've got a second here, be sure to check out patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. You can support me over there for as little as $1 a month. Get access to 1 replay a month before anybody else sees it on YouTube. There are different tiers as well, in case you're interested in that. And again, just patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. Alright. So, I don't see any probes moving out real fast. Again, it's hard to cannon rush on a giant 4-player map. I think every Protoss would agree with me on that one. 2-player maps are a lot easier for that sort of shenanigan. Just because, again, finding where your opponent is and setting your cannons up, the timing on that is extremely precise. There's a small window, and if you don't find your opponent in time, that window is gone, and then you kind of can't cannon rush anymore. Just because you scouted the wrong direction, you know? Always a problem. Anywho, yeah, bottom line with the cheese comp is I just have a ton of replays that I've gotten from Team Liquid and bwreplays.com and .org and stuff like that. And I really don't usually have a use case for casting the shorter stuff. And some of the shorter stuff is literally like somebody just quit. Like their internet dropped out at the 3-minute mark. It's not even a game necessarily, right? So Squeal of Fortune was nice enough to go through, see the ones that were actually cheesy and actually interesting, and get those ready for me. So, excellent. Barracks coming up at home. Here from Mind. Oh, did he 12 Nexus that? He did. He 12 Nexus on Circuit Breakers against a Terran, which we have seen recently on the channel. Maybe you haven't seen it. Maybe there's a Patreon cast. Spoiler alert. You can punish this as Terran. It can be done, and it also kind of must be done. Because it's incredibly greedy. It's really macro heavy. And if you don't stop this from turning into a giant 2-base income against your 1 base as Terran, you're gonna have a bad time. It's just gonna snowball out of control for you. So you need to scout it, you need to see what's going on, or you need to recognize that maybe the Dragoon timing is off a little bit, and late by a minute or 2, and go out and try to find it and try to shut it down. So at this stage of the game, okay, so factory coming in. I was going to say, maybe you're just going 2 racks here, but no. It is a factory in production from Mind. Probe scouting around, same thing with the SCV. Nobody finding anybody at this stage of the game. SCV really wants to find out where the Protoss is. And in this situation, he's going to be able to do it because, you know, he's scouting 2 places at once. Which, it is some lost mining time, but it's definitely going to be worth it. A couple Marines out. SCV comes in and says, 12 Nexus. I mean, he doesn't see exactly when it warps in, but this is as early as a Protoss is going to do it. So the SCV comes in, sees, yes, a double gate opening with a cyber core coming in. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to pull the boys, ladies and gentlemen. One way to try to punish this is just bring all of the SCVs over, because guess what? There's nothing here. There is literally no army here at all for the Protoss. One Zealot is in production. The probes must fight. They must buy time for the Zealot to get out here. They must not allow a bunker to get up somewhere in range of that Nexus, because that would be death. So the Zealot is out. Bob the Zealot has arrived. The time is a little bit less troublesome here for free, but that is a Vulture in production back home, and there is the bunker. Oh my gosh. The SCVs are all kind of trying to fight here, trying to keep their buddy alive. It's 3 Marines. The micro on these Marines, keeping them behind the SCVs is gorgeous. Oh, and the Vulture has arrived, and that's it, man. Good game. There's a bunker here. There's 2 Dragoons, but they can't deal with 3 Marines in a bunker with all these SCVs. 4 Marines in a bunker. He kept all of his Marines alive. This one's got 3 kills and exactly 4 HP. The Vulture has 3 kills here, too. He's the best answer to killing probes, as well as those Zealots. But that was a beautiful answer out of Mind. Gorgeous play from him. I mean, that was a lot of fun. See, these little short games, they're wild and they're exciting. Woof, an 11-0 kill-death ratio. Put that guy in the Hall of Fame. Put Mind in the Hall of Fame for that one, seriously. He sees the 12 Nexus and he destroys it. Artosis needs to watch this one and come away impressed. Should we tweet at Artosis and tell him to watch this match? Maybe we should. Because I've seen him complain about this on his streams, that he hates it when Protoss goes 12 Nexus and he doesn't scout it in time. So maybe even if you scout it late, you can pull it off. Seems doable. These are, again, this is professional level player stuff, man. All right, game 3. We're going to keep this train running because what else do you have going on the Saturday? Honestly, I'm just watching StarCraft. We're here on Blue Storm. We've got Jaedong. We've got Arew. Bottom left, Jaedong, the Dong. Top right, it is Arew. Blue Storm, definitely a weird map. Definitely a game that a map that I've cast a few games on. It's got this real big narrow canyon between you and your opponent. It's got high ground on either side, which you can set up tanks on, but there are no Terrans in this replay, and just kind of weird spots to expand, right? This has like stairs and high ground next to it, and the corners are okay, but again, a lot of high ground. This is a super Terran favored map, but again, it's a ZvP. All right, so interested to see again who is going to be the cheeser. That's always the question. We can call this Will Cheese Fails, but I respect Lag TV enough to not copy them, because you know the cheeser doesn't always win in these cheese compilations. A Kakaru. Oh, hold on. I forgot to fog of war it for you guys. Goodbye, Kakaru. Maybe we meet again. Terry the Overlord moving out. Oh, Kakaru's down here now. No, Kakaru. Oh, he's gone. Goodbye, Terry. It's a 2-player map, so you know where your opponent is. You've been given good orders this time, and there we go. That is the pool. Is that a 9 pool? Straight up 9 pool, man. With the gas, too. So this is going to be early stuff out of Jaedong. Now, look. Zerg's a little bit limited in what they can do for cheese. They can proxy hatch. Again, they can rush for tech. But generally what they're going to do for you is early pool and try to murder you. This is a hard map for Protoss and Terran to wall off against this sort of thing. So we're throwing down the Forge. We're not going to expand anytime soon because, by golly, there are absolutely lings coming in here. Starting around 210. Kakaru recognizes what's happening. Kakaru! Good Kakaru! Oh, that kind of worked. Kind of worked indeed. Oh, come on. You think there's going to be a quick expansion after that? I guess maybe. Perhaps there could. Metabolic boost starts a little bit after 3 sets of Zerglings are on the way. Going to toss up 2 cannons. Going to have to probably pull some probes if we're being entirely honest with ourselves here. Probe pull going to be required, I think. And the cannons are going to finish quite nicely. Now, the question is, what's Arew's next build going to be? because I really don't think he can afford to toss down a Nexus at this stage, but maybe he feels like 2 cannons is sufficient. And the Nexus will just help keep them protected and is a good investment for the future. Maybe not. Ah, look at this. The expansion is now coming down. Jaedong recognizes what's up. The Overlord comes in, sees 2 cannons. Actually, hold on. 1 cannon and a Nexus on the way. So, So Probe staying alive for now. Jinxed him. He's dead. And a hatchery coming up for Jaedong. He recognizes, all right, early pool shut down. And my opponent has a Nexus coming in before I have my hatchery on the way. That's not good either. Yeah, the probes are here, man. They are ready for the Lings to show up, which they're doing. Mind you, oh, I love this gateway. Oh, preventing run-bys here, too. Arew. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. These Lings keep pretending like they're moving out, and then they just don't. Kakaru recognizes the indecision of the Zerglings. Says, Kakaru, Kakaru. Ooh, a Hydralisk Den. Okay. So, wow, real fast. Effectively, it's 12 drones. It's 1 base. It's a 1 base Hydra play, which I kind of love because there's no way. Look, the simulator's not even done for Arew yet. He's not going to have Storm anytime soon. So yeah, Lings alone can't do it, but guess what can help with this immensely is a couple Hydralisks, like maybe 4 or 5, plus these Lings can absolutely shut this down. And dealing with it without Storm is going to be extremely difficult too. Look at these Lings. Oh my gosh. They recognized this probe was coming. They knew the probe was around here somewhere, trying to come in for the scout. Jaedong is really invested in making sure that well, did he see this? I mean, even if you see the Hydralisk Den, again, you're so far from Storm. That's a cybernetic score coming up. Not done yet, which means you still need a Citadel, which means you still need a Templar Archives, which means you still need to research Storm. It's not happening. It's just not. Now the question is, yeah, 5-6 Hydras on the way. Can Arew hold this is always the question of the day. And that's why we're here. I mean, I really don't know that making a Stargate is going to help here against what's coming. I really don't. Hydra is kind of hiding on the high ground here a little bit. They don't want to go down the middle channel because they're worried that there's a probe coming down to scout this coming. But additionally, you kind of need to send your Hydras over. I guess we're waiting for grouped spines. I just don't... A scout's not going to help at all. A Corsair's not going to help at all. I really don't know that Stargate is the right answer here. I would have really rather have seen speed for Zealots. Could be wrong. Again, if Arew can hold this and not lose too many probes, he's going to win this game. He's up 27 to 13 workers right now. This could easily just be a Jaedong shows up, gets absolutely shut down through the power of Zealots and Cannons, and has to go home in shame, and Arew is your winner. There you go. Anything you can kill. Anything you can kill in situations like this is going to be good. Citadel of Adun is on the way, but I don't know that it's going to matter for anything in this upcoming battle. Zealot leg enhancements are not a short upgrade at all. The Corsair recognizes I'm not useful for base defense in this situation, so let's head over. Try to kill some Overlords, try to supply block Jaedong quite possibly. It's 32 to 13 workers right now. 32 to 13 workers right now. Of course, all right, here we go. Here goes the nothing. Oh man, Zealots are just getting focused down. I don't think he accomplished anything there at all. And that's it. I think the Zealots are gone. The Cannons are down. Too many Hydralisks to really make it happen. And Arew has left the game. Jaedong is your victor in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, it's just too much. It's just too much. Again, the Corsair, I feel like was a complete waste. But did he have enough time to get up to Storm anyway? I'm going to go with that's a no. That's a no from me, dog. Whoa, options, huh? End mission. Check out the score here. Excellent job by Jaedong just making it happen with the Hydra Ling after his early pool did not work out. 21 to 12 kill death ratio. Not too shabby from the Zerg as anticipated. And yeah, outmined like by double there. So that's not going to work out if, again, the attack doesn't happen. So that was beautiful. We're going to keep this thing rolling. We have more cheese for you. I know. Can you believe it? I can't believe it myself. Let's go. We got Bisu. We got Cobo. It is Destination. Top side, it is a purple Protoss player named Bisu, playing for SK Telecom. And in the bottom side, we've got a yellow Protoss player named Cobo. Alright. Ooh, that's an early probe here. You're going to try to cannon rush Bisu? Let's go ahead and see how you're going to do that. I feel like it's cannon rush, but maybe it's not. We will see. Excuse me. Yeah, so this is apparently, reportedly, a match between Bisu and Cobo from 2009 WCG. WCG Malaysia. Cobo is, oh, hang on a second. Cobo is a, what is that flag? Filipino? I don't know. I don't recognize the flag. Anywho. Probe hiding in a corner. And this has to be a forged, right? Like, I don't know what else we're doing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just scouting around. A little bit worried about getting scouted out here. So 150 minerals. Let's go. If you're going to do it, let's do it now. Man, look at him checking. He's so worried about getting cheese. It's a gateway opening. What the heck? It's a gateway here too. What are you going to proxy then is my question. Like, if you're going to proxy zealots, proxy them here? And this is where Bisu comes in and says, you're missing a pylon. Oh, actually, not yet. We don't have a pylon yet. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. There's a timing here for a second pylon, but we haven't passed it. So 2 gate opening. Honestly, nothing too crazy if you ask me. Bisu sees it. Sees a pylon coming up. Oh no, is that a Bisu pylon? Ah, I can't tell. The mini-map is not helping at all. Yeah, there's no way that Cobo put a pylon inside his own mineral line, right? Ah, he did. What the heck? Okay, this is weird. This is definitely odd that he put a pylon in his own base. Meanwhile, 1 gate versus 2 gate generally favors the 2-gater, but the fact that Bisu is scouting the ever-living crap out of this indicates he should be fine. Again, we're talking about Bisu here, right? It's going to be 2-gate lot. There is no gas coming from Cobo at all. Cobo manages to sneak a pylon back here. Oh, is he going to cannon rush starting at 3 minutes? I honestly sort of love this. Is he gonna? He's not going to scout this. Look at this positioning too. That is brutal. That is some brutal positioning here. So what you want is 1 cannon about here. Yep. And then another cannon can, maybe 2 cannons can start up here. This one protects the other 2. They fire on the mineral line, and Bisu's a dead man. Man, did he throw up a second pylon solely to fool Bisu into thinking there's not a pylon inside his base? This sneakiness out of Cobo is amazing. All right. Actually, can I figure this out? Malaysia. That's a Malaysian flag. Okay, so this isn't... I don't know. Cobo's Malaysian, though. I can tell you that much. I don't think this was actually played in Malaysia, but it was part of WCG. Dragoon is out, but it takes about 1 billion hits to kill a zealot. It's not 1 billion, but it is, gosh darn, so many. It's just frustrating as all get out. Check this action out. Bisu says, "Uh-huh. I see what's happening here. Gonna try to kill this cannon before these ones come up. 2 zealots make quick work of it. Loving that. Next cannon is the one that is furthest along on its construction process. Got it. And that's it. That's a complete and utter shutdown. Bisu just has enough stuff happening here that he's gonna win the game. Yeah, it's just, he's got the army supply. His income is fine. There's just, that was too much invested into cannons that got a 0 done. Absolutely 0 done. It's now 37 to 28 supply. There's a couple zealots that were going to join the party, but not anymore. And now Cobo maybe going to try to expand early to try to take advantage, or try to get back into this game. I don't know if there's anything for him to take advantage of. He is throwing up a cybernetics core to try to get some dragoons of his own. He's got 2 cannons at the front and a couple zealots. And he is producing more zealots. He's not producing more zealots, but he's got one back here in the main for some reason. I don't know what this guy's doing here exactly, other than maybe scouting for another proxy that Bisu got on past him. But Bisu is Bisu, and that means he's going to show up here with enough to wreck your cannons before they're done. It will be a bad time for you, guaranteed. The dragoons are just from distance. Alright, 1 cannon down. 2 cannons. It's just too much. He's too much. Cannon comes up, but look at this micro. Has Bisu lost anything in this game? This is crazy. Oh, there we go. Jinxed it. Lost a very injured dragoon. Good game from Cobo. Good game from Bisu. And good game. Bisu does manage to sniff out what's happening inside of his own base. Shut it down quite nicely. And gets the win. Nicely done. I mean, look. Bisu versus a random Malaysian player. What are we expecting, honestly? Actually, you know, 7 units killed by Bisu, but 5 killed by Cobo. Not too shabby. He got some stuff done here. But just, yeah, waited too long on the Dragoons. Really put a lot of money into that cannon stuff happening. It didn't happen. And he was forced to tap out. But hey, you got to shoot your shot, man, right? You got to do that. Cool. All right, we're going to keep this ball rolling because I don't know what else we're going to do today. So stick with it. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Falcon Paladin coming at you with the cheese compilation. I think this is number 4. We're on WCG Azalea here between Stork and Mondragon. Being cast by Tasteless and DJ Wheat. Bottom left, it is a yellow Zerg player. It is Mondragon. And in the bottom right, we've got Stork. He's the green Protoss player. Pretty terrifying to go against Stork, no matter who you are, but I think Mondragon has a plan here today. Once again, Terry floating around. Hey there, Terry. How's it going? Yes, I know. I know you're trying to break free of the Overlord or Overmind's command, but nothing I can do about that. Interesting map here. I don't think I've ever cast a game on this. It's a pinwheel in the middle. We've got bridges. We've got water. We've got a lot of places to expand. A lot of places to get gas. It's a giant 4-player map. Kind of feels like a Warcraft 2 map to me. And this is, man. It kind of feels like a proxy position, but on this map, maybe it's the best place where you can wall off against Zerg if you're Protoss. Yeah, so gateway opening, we've got a hatch first play here from Mondragon at 9 supply. Nothing too crazy from either of these dudes. I'm not sure who the cheeser is going to be here necessarily. Could be some kind of a sneaky DT rush. Ooh, 2-gate opening. So this is not just walling off. Man, this is not just walling off. This is going for a 2-gate opening, which we have seen Bisu destroy Zergs with this very build. 2-gate Zealot Flood. It's not really a flood like you can do with Lings, but man, 2 Zealots show up with their microed well, they stay alive. 2 more Zealots show up. If they're microed well, they stay alive, and suddenly you're dealing with an army of Zealots. And it's just so frustrating to deal with the Zerg. I've died to it myself. So, let's see what we get. It's obviously just going to be Zealot pressure. Probe trying to see where on earth the Zerg player is. Overlord staying in position to actually not... Did he just extractor trick? He just extractor tricked to get 10 supply out of 9 available. Again, the viability of this, just don't bother with it, I believe, is the math. Somebody said that Total Biscuit did some work for it a couple of years ago and decided there's really no benefit to it at all. So don't feel like you have to do it. There's just no reason. Terran music playing in this Zerg versus Protoss match. Overlord says, 2 gate, I see. Dude, a sunken? I'd almost just throw up a sunken inside the main base at this stage. You're probably not going to be able to get it down in the natural. There's 2 sets of lings on the way, but you're going to want more lings than that because there are more zealots coming. There is a probe here as well for additional DPS. Oh, I guess we ended up with 6. We've got 3 more coming in. So, Mondragon's response to this is going to be all of the Zerglings known to man. Got the probe, which is nice. Probably the easiest thing to accomplish here, but it's still nice. No, you don't want to engage there. You have 6 lings versus 3 zealots. Oh, there's more zealots coming across here too. Trying to pick this one off, but moving it back. Additional zealots arrive for reinforcement purposes. This is just Stork trying to kill Mondragon now. There is no gas. There is no expansion. There are no additional gates. This is just, we're going full zealot all the time. Send it now. I mean, you can probably honestly afford to lose this natural based on this opening that Stork's going with. But here we go. He's trying to... Man, the zealots are just... They can run away. The lings are slow. I'm not hearing any zealots die. I'm hearing a lot of Zerglings die, though. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so 1 zealot goes down, but look at this, moving him to the back. Oh, the micro from Stork is disgusting. It's so impressive. 2 more sets of lings were popping out. Those 2 lings do nothing for anyone. Zealot's like, where are you, my buddies? We'll fight together, die together for ire. Okay, that poor Zergling. Just no chance for him at all. This dude might actually die. So that's going to be a victory, but I really feel like at this point it is all sorts of Stork's game to win here. Without question. With no questions at all. Alright, is it too late? It might have been too late, man. Remember what I said, a sunken in the main base would be nice, but sunken's only do 50% damage to Zealot. Somebody brought that up in a cast yesterday. Zealot dies. So that's your GG. We're done. That's it. Like, I understand that Mondragon is not type GG, but there it is. He just leaves the game. No GG. Unfortunately. And yeah, if this has not happened to you, Zerg players, count your lucky stars. Because it's not a good experience at all. I mean, we're going to look at the kill-death ratio here, but it's nuts. 6, 3, 9. 3 kills on that one. 3 kills on that one. 0 kills on you. You're a noob. 2 more zealots. Again, full send here. Finally got a forge, but still no gas. I mean, this was as all-in cheesy as you're gonna get. So GG Stork, monster that you are. The kill-death ratio is a 40-5. Now look, one of those is a probe, and 4 of those are zealots. So I mean, it's not really fair to look at this necessarily, but at the end of the day, the 40-5 kill-death ratio was amazing. Nice job, Stork. What's next? Oh, I got some more Jaedong games in the pipe here, so stick around, and we'll be back with more cheese from Falcon Paladin. We're back on Paranoid Android. It's going to be Testie versus FiSheYe. So, a ZvP action again. Top side, the Canadian Zerg. It is Testie. And on the right side, the German Protoss, FiSheYe. So, 2 of the more famous foreigners in a ZvP, again, here on Paranoid Android. I just kind of like to say that. Got Terry the Overlords getting across water. No reflection, Terry. Are you a vampire? Do vampires cast shadows? I kind of feel like they do. I think it's just the reflection thing that doesn't work. Yes, I know you're not. I know you're not a vampire expert, Terry. Jeez. Come on, man. You're not even undead. You're very alive. How could you be a vampire, honestly? It was just jokes. Just jokes. Just something soothing about this particular track of the Brood War. I like it. Ah ha ha ha. We're 9 pooling it. We're 9 pooling it. Again, I really think... Oh. What is this? FiSheYe. I was like, early pool. Ling stuff. No, we got our first proxy of the day. What? Can you do this on Paranoid Android? Are we learning things? That's what I like about StarCraft. We're always learning things. It's good learning. Holy cannoli. 2-gate, low ground, right outside of Testie's front door. Immediately, 3 sets of Lings. I honestly feel like starting a Sunken sometime in the next, like, 30 seconds would be awesome. I know you have to make a creep colony first, but still. Yeah, killing this probe would shut this down. Oh my gosh. We're has to go back inside the house to stay alive. I don't know. I mean, other than I really don't know. I don't know what the probe's doing here anyway. Trying to decide if the Lings just went for a straight up run by. Or, you know, oh, Zealot popped out. Hold on. Nope. Just kill the pylons. Worry about the Zealot later. You're not worrying about the Zealot later, though. The Zealot's getting too much done. His Zealot buddy has arrived. The double pylon is a problem here all of a sudden. Dude, the Zealot positioning, too, it was great. Now it's, well, he's almost dead, so. He's running. Oh, my gosh, this is nuts. I like it. I like it a lot. The second backup pylon for FiSheYe is genius. And the Zealots are here. The Lings are like, forget this. We're not fighting Zealots. Let's go kill probes. They're a lot squishier. We like them very much. Creep colony getting started. Like I said, would have been good to maybe have it be done sooner. The drones have to get pulled here. Okay, more Lings popping out, but it's only 4 of them against 2 Zealots. One of them who's severely injured, in all fairness. The Lings came back, but the Lings came back the very next day. The Lings came back. What's the line there? Couldn't stay away. Something like that. Man. Alright, so Sunken's up. That is mucho Zealotos. Like how one Zealot's all the way back here having a great time. Another over. Is that Terry? No, Terry's in here. Terry's in the main base. So it's turned into a very dicey situation, but I just think FiSheYe has this thing. I don't know what else to tell you right now. Other than FiSheYe has it. It's 7 to 12 workers. It's a 1 basing Zerg versus a 1 basing Protoss. It's 33 to 17 overall supply. I just don't... Yeah, like 1, 2 drones getting pulled off here. All the drones get pulled. It's very important that the drones get pulled here because the Sunken needs to stay alive. Holy crap, is he doing this? I mean, I think he lost a couple drones here. Oh my gosh, he's gonna save the Sunken. He saves the Sunken, but economically, he's in a horrible place. Yeah, it's gotta feel good to hold that. It really does. I'm with you on this. Hang on. Couple free Zealot kills. Just kidding, they can move. Remember, they can move. And it's too much, man. It is 13 probes to 5 probes is not even fair. It was trades. It was trades. They didn't kill the Sunken, but they didn't need to. It was not a requirement for them. Oh, the Lings have speed now. That's exciting. Protect the Sunken at all costs. Just kidding. You didn't protect the Sunken at all costs. So the Sunken is dead. And now it's a 1-to-1 ratio of Zerglings to Zealots. Which means you're toast. Oh, couple more Zerglings popping out here. That's fun, but surrounds are not available, and we're done. That's it. Testie leaves the game. FiSheYe. is your winner in 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Brilliant and a brutal proxy double gate strategy against someone who was going for an early pool. Not like he was trying to go for a hatch first and got killed this way. That hurts. That really hurts. 41 to 15 kill death ratio. Nothing as impressive with what Stork pulled off, but still, both players losing a building, a sunken, and a pylon, I think, are the trades. And then just too much economy. Too much economy overall for that thing to work out for Testie in any way whatsoever. So sorry, Testie. Not going to work out for you. That's it. So let's keep this thing rolling. I don't know. I mean, what are we doing here other than cheese? I guess you can maybe take a break and go get a snack or something if you want. This is a bit of a longer cast. But come right back. We're going to finish this thing. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with Brood War content. And we shall return. We're here on a Sniper Rage. It's going to be Shuttle versus Mind here. Top right, orange. Terran player. It is Mind. And in the bottom right, we have Shuttle. Under his well-known Smurf name, Eyewater. Just for the crying aspect. Alright, so PvT here on a Sniper Ridge. If you know Sniper Ridge, you don't need to see it. But, let's go ahead and move on. Boom, 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 boom. What's going on in the StarCraft world? ASL is happening. Really exciting stuff. Jaedong is in military service, so he's not competing. But Artosis and Tasteless are casting it in English thanks to a crowdfunding maneuver to get them paid to do so, which is fantastic. Great, great fans Brood War has for sure. So the question, as per usual, is who is Le Chazer? It's going to be a gateway opening here with what really can't be a proxy based on this SCV moving time now. Throwing up a barracks on the low ground at the bottom of his ramp. Probe shows up to be annoying. His friend, the SCV, arrives to stop him. Get out of here, robot. I'm actually watching a new anime that came out this season where 2 robots attempt to stop a robot massacre against humans. It's an interesting concept. It's Vivi, and then there's words that don't make any sense, and so I don't remember them. But it's on Funimation. If you just search VIVY, you'll see the show. I think it's worth watching. I do like anime, in addition to the other things that I watch with the sports ball and the regular TV shows and stuff on Disney Plus and Netflix, and whew, it's a lot to keep up with in today's world, that's for sure. So bunker on the way. I'm just worried about some really early pressure, and it is Zealot pressure. So 1 gate Zealot pressure here against Mind. Like, I don't see this necessarily turning into anything that is difficult for Mind to deal with. I mean, unless the Zealot just goes for the run-by here, which seems entirely possible. There's only 1 Marine in the bunker. So, like, take the hits. Don't lose, God, don't lose any shields at all. But see, the SCV's making sure this guy... Oh, this is great micro out of Mind. Who did we see in ASL recently where this happened? God, I cannot remember the names of the players involved, but it was... It didn't go as well for the Terran as it's going here, I can tell you that much. That was great. I mean, that was absolutely fantastically well played by Mind. Next is coming up back home for the Protoss, which again, you really do need to out-expand the Terran if you're going to beat them. God, it's so annoying when SCVs get behind your mineral line to mine. It's just incredibly inefficient play from them. They should know better, honestly. So we got 4 Marines in the bunker. None of them take any hits yet. They're trying to see how many Zealots are out here so they know whether they need to keep making Marines and maybe make a second bunker or something. But Cybernetics Core is on the way. More Zealots in production. 5 Marines. Ready to rock here. Only 4 spots inside the house. SCV gets a scout off, which is just nice. Recognizes, okay, it is a cyber core. We are gathering gas. We are going to have to worry about Dragoons at some point. So let's make sure we get a factory going as well here. But also there's an expansion, so let's get an expansion as well. Run, Marines! Oh, none of them die. Oh, just kidding. Man, I jinxed the crap out of that, didn't I? Zealots going for that run by. Oh, man. Alright, so they're going, and this is problematic. I'm going to label this intensely problematic right now for the Terran for this to happen. Got another Zealot coming in. All the attention is on the 2 Zealots inside the main, but nice target firing. A couple Marines die, but one of the Zealots dies, which helps immensely. There is a factory coming up here, too, for Mind. The bunker is empty. Kill him. Kill him. Okay, you're going to kill him. He's dead. Very nicely done. Okay, so this Zealot hanging out by himself. He's got a bunch of HP, but looks like Mind held that pretty darn well. At this point, the kill-death ratio is not at all good for the Protoss, especially on a monetary perspective. So, he's working on some Dragoons here, and oh my gosh, we're bringing the boys. That is an SCV pull in response to what's going on here. 6 SCVs. Not bad fighters against Dragoons, it turns out. Oh, they're trying to get in here behind the Dragoons so they can... Oh, he's actually building a bunker back here so the Dragoons can't retreat that direction. Dude, Marines are good against Dragoons in smaller numbers like this. Oh, the counterattack by Mind seems to have won. So many probes are dying. There's a vulture out now. So even if a Zealot arrives and Shuttle taps out, the counterattack. Le counterattack is victorious. Mind wants to stay in here and kill everything. Look at him not leaving the game. And finally, he does tap out at 6 minutes. Oh, he's got to feel so good about that. I mean, that was... that feels delicious for Terran players, doesn't it? Doesn't it? If you had this happen to you, if you had Zealots show up, they get inside your main, they're causing a ruckus, you hate it. And then to counterattack, the SCVs pulling in, throwing down a bunker in this location, making it so the Dragoons can't retreat, pinning them against the cliff wall, and the Marines just going to work. Fan-friggin-tastic. That was amazing work. Ugh, all right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and check out this final score. I keep going to options because end isn't clicking, apparently. Clicking is a skill. It's difficult. Kill death ratio 19-6. And I mean, okay, so 6 Zealots is worth 12 Marines. So I mean, if you want to do the math, it's not that impressive, but still, we're good. That was great. Mind 10 points to Gryffindor on that one. Okay, gonna keep this rolling. Rolling. Keep this cheese rolling. Rolling. Rawhide. Yeehaw. It's Hero and Sharp on Circuit Breakers. Bottom right, Red Zerg. It is Hero. Top right, Purple Terran. Sharp. Should be good stuff. This is more recent StarCraft Brood War. But Terry is here as always. What's up, Terry? Walking away from me as always. Especially when spawning in the bottom right and scouting the north. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I post links to my games there with a little bit of a preview video. So, twitch.tv, well, facebook.com/FalconPaladin. And twitter.com/FalconPaladin. I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. Easy to find that way. Add on Twitch a couple times a week. Trying to grow out there as well, but I don't know about that. I'm not sure that's working. YouTube seems to be my bread and butter. Playing Chrono Trigger out on Twitch, actually, if you're into that sort of thing. So, Chickatoot. Old game for old times. Came out about the same time that Brood War did, actually. But yeah, again, Twitter and Facebook is a place where I will put out links to my games, including about a 30 to 45 seconds clip of something exciting that happened in the game, along with my commentary. So, again, I know you're probably not on, well, I'm going to say you're probably not on Facebook, but you guys are a little bit older than I think the average video game viewer base. So maybe you are. Maybe you are on Facebook. Regardless, easy enough to find. Twitter.com/Falcon Paladin. Facebook.com/Falcon Paladin. 11 hatch. Here out of Hero. And proxying. This is definitely proxy location. This is trying to move out. Get Marines out on the road faster and figure out where the heck the Zerg player is. That said, he's also not sending, I was going to say, sending any SCVs out for scouting, but that's what this buddy's up to. That's probably what this buddy's up to as well. So it is going to be an attempted kind of early semi-proxy, and the hatch first is going to make it harder for Hero to hold this. Alright, so we found the Zerg. Happily, there's a hatch coming up, and it's this far along in production, which means the pool's not done yet. Nor is anywhere close to... Did he miss? He did not. He could not have possibly missed that hatchery. Dude, these... Oh my... What? Sharp, buddy. He missed it. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Okay. It's like, wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I have to go back. I have to see if he saw that or not. A little bit further back. You there. Your job is to check and see where the Zerg player is. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, he missed. He missed. Gosh, dang it, Sharp. Okay. Alright, that's fun. That's really fun. Look at this guy did his job. He went all the way up here. This guy does this. He goes deeper too. Oh my gosh. So what that did is told Hero that there are Marines out on the map, that it needs to make lings right now, that he probably needs to pull some drones when they arrive. Oh, just gives Hero so much time to mentally prepare for this thing. Overlord, run for the high ground. You're not going to make it. Sorry, Overlord. You're going to supply block Hero with your death. A pretty loud and aggressive sound for being basically floating bags of gas. Yeah, the bunker, not happening. Sharp has to get out of here. It's just... it's not only that he didn't scout it, it's also that his drone that was scouting figured out what was going on. God, that sucks. That is such a bad situation to be in. Okay, the lings have arrived. Speed's on the way for them. There is no sort of a wall here whatsoever because this barracks is over here. Yeah, there's just no way. There's just no way. Sharp's toast. The Marines are getting target fired amazingly well. The lings fighting together against SCVs is fantastic. Oh, there was an SCV advantage until about a second ago. Beautiful micro from Hero there, too, surrounding that Marine. Well, I mean, you can hop in the bunker, I guess, but you can't fight from in there, so it doesn't really matter. And that's it. Good game. Hero is your winner in 4.5 minutes. In hilarious misfortune from Sharp. That, man, that's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I hate it when that happens, but hey, all you gotta do is GG and move on to the next game. There's always a next game, right? Always a next game. I mean, it wasn't a guaranteed win even if you got there in time, but man, against the hatch first Zerg, you have to imagine it's gonna be fairly successful, right? 20-6 kill death ratio is amazing for a Zerg player. He only lost 6 total Zerglings and he killed 20 units. Most of those, again, it's Marines and it's SCVs, which are 50 minerals each. So it's not a ton, but man, still. Hero, Ya monster. Got a little bit lucky there, but hey, it works out on the end. Let's keep this ball rolling. I keep saying that. I need different metaphors for what we're doing here, but regardless, next game coming your way. Don't go anywhere. It's HoeJJa versus Herb. Top side, it's going to be a pink Zerg player named HoeJJa. And we've got Herb down here. He is a Protoss, and he is purple. So ZvP action here for you. And I can't remember the name of this map. I know I've cast a game on it before, but the distinguishing feature is these little green squares coming down, right? Little green squares. The map is not too wide. You can come through this little mineral field door if you mine it. But it's right next to the ramps that you use to get in and out of your base. I'm not entirely sure anybody has actually done this. There's like no reason to do so unless you're trying to get in through there, so. Anywho, maybe somebody in the comments knows the name of this map. I'm sure they do. We are filled with smart people as fans here. Ah, we got the old pool firster here. Looks to be an overpool though, so not pool first. It's an overlord and then a pool. But nothing too crazy whatsoever. Herb should not be worried about this whatsoever. Or if you want to be English about it, it's Herb. Herb. If you're American, it's Herb. Yeah, definitely a crazy weird map to try to take your natural base on. You have this whole wide open area to try to wall off. Early lings would definitely be a concern here. So going for the forge. I mean, the priority here is making sure nobody gets up the ramp into your main base. And then from there, we'll go ahead and try to consider other options, but I don't know. I don't know how viable this is. Obviously, cannon is coming up. We working on lings. Yeah, 6 lings on the way. No gas. Expansion coming in here. So, just a little bit of ling pressure, but nothing really intended to kill Herb here, I don't think. I mean, SCV dying just for non-scouting purposes would be nice. There you go. Took him right on down. Ling's checking to see if there are any more probes possibly running around. There is one coming up right up the middle here, though. Look at them sitting on the top of this ramp, too. And sitting here. Really, really wants to keep probes out of. Yeah, you're not getting through here. Get out of here, man. Oh, you let it through! Never mind. Man, look at him. He's really trying to hide this macro hatch and no gas. Because he's going for a ling flood, but he wants to make sure that Herb doesn't know. Man, this would absolutely be setting off warning bells in my head if I was the Protoss. Absolute red flags going off everywhere. 2 cannons. Not making any zealots, which I would honestly recommend at this stage. Yeah, man. 3 hatch ling flood with no speed coming your way. ETA now. Like ETA 4 seconds. Alright, we'll see if he can do it, and we'll see if Herb can hold here or not. Do we believe? Put 1 into chat. If you think that the Zerg is going to do this, these cannons are really exposed, I'm just realizing. So the cannons are dead. And the Zealot is dead. And the probes are fighting, and they're pretty good fighters. Get in here, Larry the Zergling. Help your brothers fight. Okay, so cannon does get whittled down. A couple lings die in the process. Now, I was going to say, if you can hold this, you're going to be okay, Herb, but no. More lings are coming down all the time. There's an extractor on the way, but no. Herb taps out. HoeJJa is your winner. The 3-hatch Slowling special. Hey, hey, hey. How's that feel, Protoss players? Bad, I bet. That's horrendous. That is a horrendous way to die. There are good ways to die and dumb ways to die, and that was a pretty dumb way to die. So always make sure your cannons are not easily surroundable by Zerglings. I'm trying to figure out if throwing one up back here would have been smart. I think that's a pretty good spot for one. And then maybe you can put one here if you put the gateway in front of it. I know it kind of restricts your ability to get units out of here, but staying alive has got to be the priority. Brutality. I'm going to name that a Mortal Kombat Brutality. 19 to 14 stuff killed there, but again, it's probes, and probes are 50 minerals, and lings are 50 for 2, and you know the math. You are aware. Okay, we're moving here. We've got another couple to go. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Again, hit that subscribe if you haven't. I'm here 5 times a week, all right? You want StarCraft content? Falcon Paladin is the place to go to get it. I have a humongous playlist as well, so check that out. Okay. We're back on Azalea. It's Reason versus Savior. Top right, it is a red Terran player, Reason. And in the bottom left, we've got Savior. He's a Zerg player, and he's orange today. Terry the Overlord moving out. Once again, walking away from me or floating away from me. Let's see, what else is going on in the world? Oh, I completed playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I know I'm late on that, but I was playing on PC, and I bought it last fall, and then Cyberpunk came out, and then I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 after I finished Cyberpunk for the second time, and man, Red Dead Redemption 2, fantastic game. Good characters, good writing, great graphics, good gameplay. I highly recommend it, but I'm sure you've heard that before. Wow, alright, so got 2 SCVs coming out. Ooh. A double proxy barracks? Can it really be? We've already had double proxy gateway against Zerg. Now again, it is a giant 4-player map. So yes, I was going to say, one of the things we see on giant 4-player maps like Fighting Spirit is you just proxy in the middle and split the difference, right? You're not going to be proxied right next to your opponent's base, but this gets them started faster, and you about half the distance. You about halved the distance to your opponent's base, and you're going to have a good time with it. Another extractor trick out of Savior here. What an interesting choice from him. But he did go for a 9 pool. Yeah, 9 pool before Overlord. So again, this is just paper, rock, scissors stuff, man. Did you go for a pool before Overlord? If you did, it's going to be an easier time holding this kind of stuff. If you didn't, it's going to be harder. It's just how it is. And same thing with the Terran perspective. If you go for this blind kind of double racks thing, and your opponent goes for a 9 pool, you're going to have a harder time than if they went for a hat first play. So the question is this drone going to see this? Probably. I assume the drone's going to check the bottom right spawn and then come up and try to check the top right and going to run into this. But actually, you know what? I don't think the drone has to see this at all, honestly. This is really good positioning. I should have assumed. It's insanely good positioning, but this drone checking to see there's not like a bunker or anything coming up before he throws down the 14 hatch. Zerglings are moving out. And this is where things get bad for Reason all of a sudden. He's only got 3 Marines. There's 6 lings running around out here. Once again, this is his first exposure to this happening. Hey! Surprise! We got a 2-rack special coming at you today. The lings are just like, well, whatever. We're gonna go kill all your SCVs. How's that sound? Yeah, I'm gonna cancel this hatch. Gonna come back here, throw down a sunken on the edge of the creep. Love this play. I really like this. This is what I would do. It makes me feel good that Savior is doing it. So all the income for Reason is just done now. It's out. His SCVs are coming along for the ride. The lings are going to try to delay as much as possible. There's a sunken coming up. It's not done yet, though. The Marines are trying to get in here, but also being delayed by the Zerglings a tiny bit. Sunken, taking direct hits from the Marines. There you go. Keeping it alive is so important. And drones go back to work. Sunken getting extra kills here. This is great. This is so very, very good. So the Lings, you know, might as well come on down and try to help, guys. Ooh. Ooh. The Marines are behind the mineral line, though. That's not good. Ah! Oh, no. So both players' income is 0 at this stage in the game, but drones are actually pretty good fighters against Marines. They're not amazing, but they're pretty good. And I think Reason just got toast. Yeah, that's it. He's done. I mean, he technically has more workers than Savior does, which is very cool. But this poor Marine, like, in amongst... Look at this stacking that's going on right now. He's trying to stay out of range of the Sunken while he does this. Oh, no. No. Yeah, Reason tapped out. Reason is done, and Savior's gone as well. Woof. Does that feel a little premature? It's 4 SCVs to 3 drones. There's no Lings in production. I mean, I guess the larger problem is there's absolutely no mining happening at all on this side of the map. So you just make basically 2 sets of Lings with the 100 minerals that you have. You've got 2 more trips coming back in. That's enough Lings to handle this, no problem. So fair enough. That's a fair enough GG. Felt a little bit premature, but he saw the writing on the wall better than I could. And tapped right on out. Yeah, 14 to 12 kill-death ratio. But again, no mining happening at all for Reason for the rest of the game. So that was it. All right, we have 2 more replays ready to go for you today. So don't go anywhere. You will not be disappointed. We've got a Jaedong coming up. How about we do it next? I was wondering if we were going to get in here to get an outsider game, and we finally got one. Bottom side, Til Protoss. It is Yayba. And on the left side is a Terran. It is Horror. I lost Marine and Advocate, but went against Idra. So we lost Marine and Advocate, but beat Idra. This is what Yayba's Rex here has to say. Well, just Yayba. I'm 0-2. Says Yayba. 2-3. Right? Not bad. Not bad for whatever you guys are competing in. That's nice. Yeah, Outsider, weird map. Some of the weirdest games I've ever seen. Carriers working against Zerg in Brood War. Outsider makes it possible. This is sneaky. This is sneaky probe. I like it, especially after the conversation early. For a sneaky probe to be sneaky is just brutal. What is this one doing? Why on earth would you look back here? I don't understand that pathing whatsoever. But there's your pylon. This makes sense. Like, I get checking the spawn location, which is up here. This is not the spawn location. I don't know what that probe was doing. I really don't. Alright, so Yayba versus Horror here. 2 fairly well-known players. See, beating Idra, a fairly big deal for the foreigner community. One of the better foreigners of all time, Idra. So we're just gonna, I think we're just gonna Zealot murder Horror to death here. That's gonna be the attempt anyway. 2 gate inside your house. This probe shows up. Oh, this is regular probe timing. Look at me, nothing to be worried about. We're just back home doing regular stuff. Oh, he's not scouting either. Horror. He's completely put at ease by this probe messing with him. Or maybe it's throwing him off his game. Either way, not scouting at all. And the Zealot productions have begun. Man, do you almost just send 1 Zealot in by himself, or do you wait for the 2? Nah, let's do it. Uno Zalotto. Arrive. And suddenly, Horror's in a lot of trouble. Oh, this sucks. This is such a bad situation to be in. I don't care who you are. I don't care if Flash is in this position. He hates it. Zealots are so hard to kill with Marines. SCVs have to be pulled off the line like crazy to try to handle this. This is an absolute boatload of lost mining time. This Zealot is... Oh my gosh, he's... Okay, finally. SCVs kill him. Another Zealot arrives. This Marine... You just got to cut. You have to control your SCVs and your Marines perfectly the whole time. No, Zealot messed up. He should have killed this Marine. Oh, that's huge. That's humongous. One more shot on this guy, and he is toast. Oh, he actually hit him, though. There you go. There you go. The factory, man, the factory finishing would be amazing right now, but another SCV dies. More Zealots in production, more Zealots joining the party. I just don't know how you do this. As Terran, the trick is to not let the probe do this to you, right? Yeah, the factory's not happening. There's very little mining happening right now from Horror 2. The SCVs are body blocking as well as they can, and actually not doing too poorly here. Wow. That was a fantastic SCV body block, but again, this is all lost mining time. This is just... Yeah, Marine down, another Marine down, and I think that's it. The microing has... He's trying, man. He's trying his heart out right now, but SCVs are getting massacred. The factory gets canceled to try to get some more money so he can keep making Marines. But he has 8 minerals in the bank. After this Marine is going to come out, he's done. That's it. Yeah, GG. Turns out Zealot Rush is pretty strong things. Not something to take lightly at all. So, again, just make sure you don't get proxied basically inside your main base, and you'd probably be a lot better. 19-9. On the kill death. All right, Jaedong game to wrap this thing up. One more to go. Thanks again to Squeal of Fortune for being such a boss, screening these for me. And he's got another one he's working on. Can you believe that? I can. Great dude. Okay, next up, Jaedong. We're on Tau Cross. It's going to be Rex versus Jaedong. Top right, it is a teal Protoss, Rex. And down here, it's a green Zerg named Jaedong. Man, I can't red versus blue any of these games. I'm guessing they are older. Alright, well, place your bets. Who's going to be our cheeser today? So far, the indications are nothing. It's not a super early pull from Jaedong. Watch that drone count, though. Watch that supply count. It makes the Overlord, so at the very least it's an overpool. Could also be a hatch first. And for Rex, until that pylon finishes, we're not going to know what's on his mind either. Yeah, so there's the overpool. Again, very safe opening. Nothing to worry about for anybody. The Zerg doesn't have to worry about it. The Protoss doesn't have to worry about it. He's going to get in here. He's going to see it's not a hatch first, but he's also going to recognize the second Overlord is here. And there's no gas. And so he knows. He knows exactly what's going on. Beautiful scout. Excellent work. Forge coming in. Gonna go for ye old Forge Fast Expand. Which has completely fallen out of favor in StarCraft 2, by the way. I mean, it was the hotness in StarCraft 2 when it first came out in 2010 and 2011. But the Gateway Expand really came into favor in the last 5 years or so, and now nobody, and I mean nobody, Forge Fast Expands at all in any situation. So things change, man. The game evolves. really, so far, doesn't seem incredibly cheesy. I mean, you really don't want the Overlord to see everything that you're doing, but sometimes it can't be helped. So there goes the Nexus. Is that a third hatch from Jaedong? It certainly is. Man, third hatch at 245. Love that. So 3 hatcheries to the 2 of Rex. I wish every Zerg player would do this against Protoss if they see the Forge Fast expand. Because it means there's nothing that Protoss can do to stop this. And I also have to say, this is the most unlikely cheese game of all time. Like, I have no idea who's cheesing here at all. Obviously, it's not Jaedong. I don't think he can. I mean, again, unless he goes for some kind of super crazy lurker drop style play, but he's already invested so much into these hatches, which the probe sees. Again, Tau Cross, great map. It is the site of one of the best StarCraft games of all time. Jaedong versus Flash on Tau Cross. I've cast it in cartooned, and I think I've cast it in the original client. Have I cast it in remastered yet? I might have to do that just to complete the trifecta. Because again, insanely good game. Like peak StarCraft, I feel like. Hydralisk Den on the way, which, again, normal stuff. This probe just really trying to get a good feel on what's going on down here, and I think has a pretty good idea. Like 3 hatch tells you a lot. It really does. Hydra speed being researched. Gonna be a Stargate opening here, which is gonna be a bit of a problem. Because again, if a million Hydras show up, your Corsair is useless. But at the same time, you're gonna toss down a Citadel as soon as you have, I'm assuming as soon as you have the gas for that, for Rex. So yeah, it feels like we're moving directly into a macro style game. Hydra's popping out here at about 21 drones, and doesn't seem to be droning any more than this. Yeah, Citadel now warping in. I assume we're going to try to get it up to a Templar Archives here. Like, now. Oh, look how nicely that transitions as well. 200, 200 here. But going for a cannon first. And once again, just a situation where I don't think there's enough time to go for Storm. Yeah, that's not happening. So here we go, Zealots. You're trying to get +1 attack. We've got got 2 cannons. They are just too close to the front, though, I think. Look at this timing, too. Grooved Spines finishing up now. And now it's time to go. We got speed. We got range. Let's take that cannon down. Actually getting distracted by the Zealots a little bit here. One cannon does go down. Second one getting some free shots off. Probe's buying some time, recognizing they can afford to do this. They have a nice worker advantage. Cannon does get sniped down, though. Hydras are just a little too tanky. A little too much damage on the output here for this to really work out for Rex. And yeah, brutal stuff. Good game. Hydra timing with 21 workers. Way too much for him to handle from Jaedong, showing up at about 650, and that is your GG. All right, fantastic display from, we had Jaedong, we had Bisu in there, we had Savior and Shuttle and Stork and Reason and Sharp and a lot of great players. 20 to 12 kill death ratio, not bad. And that's it. So that is Ye Olde Cheese compilation for the Brood War number 4. Hope you enjoyed it, because that right there is going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and some of that cheese. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.